She was the most desired woman in the world, sensual, beautiful, dazzling. Her smile captivated millions, and every glance was captured by countless cameras. But did you know? Behind that enchanting smile there was a soul, lonely, vulnerable, and profoundly real. On August 5th, 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her Los Angeles home at the age of 36. The official cause was overdose, but the truth remained shrouded in mystery. What really happened to her? What pain did she bear beneath the glamorous facade? Today, let's journey into the life of Marilyn Monroe and discover the woman behind the legend. On June 1st, 1926, in a modest hospital room in Los Angeles, Norma Jean Mortensen was born. Her mother, Gladys, suffered from mental illness, and her father's identity remains a mystery to this day. She never knew her father, and her mother was too unwell to raise her. Norma Jean spent her childhood bouncing between foster homes and orphanages, never truly belonging anywhere. She once recalled, "I never knew what it was like to feel loved at home. I was always the little girl who was not wanted." From a young age, she craved love and longed for a home of her own. She watched princesses on the silver screen, adored by princes and envied by the world. Perhaps that's when she first dreamed of becoming a star, of being admired by everyone. But that longing also made her fragile, sensitive, and deeply insecure. This need for love and fear of abandonment followed her throughout her life. She wanted to be loved by everyone but was terrified of being rejected. This loneliness took root in her childhood and never truly left her. At 17, to escape the instability of foster care, Norma Jean married her neighbour, James Doherty. But marriage didn't bring her the security she craved. Driven by her dreams, she left her husband and pursued a career in modelling and acting. In 1945, a photograph of her as a factory worker changed her fate. A photographer saw her incredible camera presence, and she began modelling for magazines. To enter Hollywood, she changed her name to Marilyn Monroe. She once explained why. "Norma Jean was too fragile. I needed a stronger name." But Hollywood wasn't easy to conquer. She was fired for being too attractive, and her beauty was often seen as a barrier to serious acting roles. Rejected time and again, she refused to give up. She kept honing her craft, determined to prove she was more than just a pretty face. Finally, in 1950, her performances in All About Eve and The Asphalt Jungle showcased her acting talent. She then skyrocketed to fame with Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and The 7-Year Itch, becoming a global sex symbol. Her blonde hair, red lips, and enchanting smile captivated the world. She was no longer Norma Jean. She was Marilyn Monroe, Hollywood's brightest star. But was she truly happy? Amidst all the adoration, she began to lose herself. Under the spotlight, Marilyn Monroe was dazzling, radiant, unforgettable. But behind the scenes, she was desperately lonely. She once confided to a close friend, "I can make the world fall in love with Marilyn Monroe, but nobody wants to love Norma Jean." She longed for love, but repeatedly faced heartbreak. Her marriage to baseball legend Joe DiMaggio was passionate but turbulent. Joe adored her but struggled with her public image as a sex symbol. Their marriage lasted only 9 months. Her union with playwright Arthur Miller gave her a sense of intellectual connection and respect. But Miller once wrote in his diary, "I married a legend and found a wounded little girl." 2 miscarriages plunged her into deep sorrow and guilt, leading to the breakdown of her marriage. She yearned for love, but could never find someone who truly understood her. She was worshipped by millions, but felt isolated and lost. Marilyn refused to be confined to the dumb blonde stereotype. She wanted to be remembered for her talent, not just her beauty. She joined Lee Strasberg's actor's studio, immersing herself in method acting. In the studio, she shared her glamorous persona, returning to the vulnerable Norma Jean. She sought to find herself through art, hoping to achieve inner peace. She even started her own production company, aiming to control her career and redefine her image. Yet, she remained trapped by her sex symbol label. No matter how hard she tried, audiences and the media fixated on her looks and personal life. Her entire life was a battle against this image, a fight she never fully won. She yearned for self-worth, but was defined by others. She craved freedom, but was imprisoned by her beauty and allure. On August 5th, 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead at her home. The official cause was overdose, but countless conspiracy theories emerged. Some believed she died from loneliness and depression. Others speculated she was silenced due to political scandals, and some suggested it was a tragic accident. Regardless of the truth, her smile remains immortalized on the silver screen, an eternal icon. Her life was brief but brilliant, filled with glory and heartache. Marilyn Monroe was more than a sex symbol. She was a fragile soul yearning for love. Her beauty and vulnerability, her success and sorrow, shaped a life that was as legendary as it was tragic. Her story reminds us, behind every smile lies a story untold. Even the brightest stars carry shadows of loneliness and struggle. Her smile continues to warm hearts. Her legend will live on forever. What is your image of Marilyn Monroe? Was she just a sex symbol, or was she a lost soul? Does her story remind you of your own experiences? Have you ever felt lonely, yearning for understanding? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. If you enjoy real-life stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. More heartfelt stories await you on Echoes of Life.